Welcome back to our podcast, Life Under the Moon. I am your host, Sammy B, and today's topic is perfection. What better time to talk about perfection than the first time ever releasing one of my podcast episodes late? I think this is the perfect time to talk about perfection. So let's jump right in. We are celebrating a new moon in Leo, which happens to be right before Mercury retrograde. We will touch more on that later on, but for now, we're going to talk about what the flavors of this new moon is, and I think it couldn't have come at a better time for me personally. I've been going through a complete change in my entire life, and the new moon in Leo working with together the Mercury retrograde is allowing the most perfect time for new beginnings, fresh starts, and if there's something that you tried doing earlier on in your life and you didn't succeed, now is the perfect time. And again, for me personally, I'm trying to go through something that I should have gone through a long time ago, and I feel so blessed by the powers of the universe that this is going so much easier than I could have ever wished and hoped for and imagined. So that's the flavors that we're gonna focus on for right now. We could go so deep into it, but for now, let's just focus on picking something in our life that we need to transform, making a wish. Since it is the new moon, this is where we plant the seeds of our intentions to better our life. So let's all collectively do that together and make the world a better place. Now, I want to talk about perfection and what that really means. Everybody has their own different definition of perfection. Basically, perfection is based on the beholder of the eye, meaning that, again, everyone holds their own definition of perfection. So there's really no right or wrong answer when it comes to perfection. It's whatever you feel is best and whatever you think is perfect. All right. So I want to slightly discuss a small personal story. I had a friend when I was in college who was perfect. He would always go home after school and get the assignments done that were assigned that day. And then once he was done, he would clean his house. And then once his house was clean, he would go and enjoy his life. And that meant texting me and asking me if I wanted to go for tea walks, which means we would boil some tea, put it in some mugs, and go for a walk around the city that we lived in. Now, that sounds perfect, in my opinion. And on my side of the story, it looked so much more chaotic than his life. I wouldn't be done my school projects by the time I got home from school. I wouldn't have time to clean my house, and I would still go for tea walks. So at least I was prioritizing part of my life into something that I wanted to do. But I always think back to him and how he lived his life. And to me, the thought of perfection is basically being caught up in every single aspect of your life where you can focus on the things that make you the happiest. So if you are all, say, caught up in work and any projects you have going on, maybe some like personal hobbies or something where, maybe you're crafting something, say you're completely caught up. And because of that, your house is completely clean because you have time to clean it. Okay, so now you have no work projects, your house is clean, maybe you detail your vehicle, now your vehicle's clean. Okay, this is a great start. Tidy up the yard. Imagine right now, wherever you're sitting or standing, if you can, close your eyes and imagine what your life would look like if you were completely and fully caught up. So imagine a clean yard with no junk or anything. Everything's put away. Everything's perfect. You had time to get the gardening done. Your flowers are looking amazing. Your vegetables are thriving. Imagine that yard, whatever it looks like to you. All the wood is chopped up, ready for fires for the summer nights. Imagine it. Imagine your vehicle. Clean, organized, tidy. No dust. Just completely clean car inside and out. Ready for you for the next adventure awaiting. Now imagine where you live. A house, an apartment, wherever you are. Imagine that your house is finished. Maybe those chores that you wanted to do, like painting around the door frames or sweeping or cleaning out the fridge, it's all done. Keep your eyes closed. Imagine this. Perfect, clean, organized home. That pile of papers on your counter, it's all done. You already went through it. Everything's put away where it needs to be. Imagine that. Now imagine that now you're looking at yourself inward. You have all the time in the world to take care of you and your body. So you roll out your yoga mat and you do some yoga, meditation. You make yourself a healthy, nutritious smoothie. Now your body's feeling amazing. Now you're taking care of you, your body, and your body feels perfect. It doesn't matter what shape you are, whether you want to lose weight, gain weight, or you're happy with just where you are. Imagine that you are just simply happy and your body feels good and it is thanking you for that. Now, open your eyes. How perfect does that life sound? That is my ideal life. Basically being caught up in everything so that I can actually slow down and focus on the things that mean most to me. It's so easy to get caught up in life. What society expects of us and what we truly desire in life can be so different. It can be so contrasting. And I want you to really focus on what makes you happy and focus on bettering your life. And I do believe that once we are caught up in every single aspect of our life, that is where the true magic happens. But I want us to live in that magic before we create it. And that is how we actually create the magic, is believing that what we want, we already have. So maybe your house isn't perfectly clean, and maybe it's not finished, and maybe your car needs a good detailing. Maybe your yard is super piled up with sticks and stones and it needs some work. But the point is to enjoy where you are right now, to just look at your life right now and tell yourself and convince yourself that this is great, this is perfect, this is where it needs to be, but I want to make it better. And imagine that definition, all that visualizing that we did together. Imagine that definition of your perfect life, because that is what you envisioned. That is what we did together. You imagined what life would look like if it was perfect in your eyes. And that is the goal that we are trying to work toward every single day. And maybe there's something small that you can do, like drinking all of the amount of water that you need for your body. Right now we're focusing on your body, and maybe there's one small thing you can do to your house, like clean the toilet. I know I don't like doing it either, but hey, it's one step closer to having a clean, finished house, right? And maybe next time you're in town or around the city, go wash your car. Give it a good car wash. You know, it takes care of you. You need to take care of your car. And every single day, take one step toward perfecting your life. And eventually, you will realize that you're already there. It was just hiding from you in plain sight. We could wish all we want for stuff that we don't have, whether it's a nicer body, a cleaner house, or maybe a better car. But the truth is, we are exactly where we need to be. We just need to sprinkle a little bit of our golden fairy dust on our life and make it perfect, right? Are you following me? Are you with me? So the fact that today's episode of the podcast was late, well, maybe that's not perfect, but the point is I got it out, and that is perfect to me. So let's not be so hard on ourselves. Let's focus on actually being happy with where we are. Okay, and then acknowledging that everything that we want and desire, we can create. We just have to truly believe in that vision and ourselves. So that little vision that you had, that little manifestation board, the little vision board that we created in our minds today, hold on to that and think about it throughout your life. And maybe one day we will be fully caught up like my friend in college, where we can finally just release and relax and live life completely caught up and completely perfect. But for now, we're going to focus on the fact that we already have that perfect life. So now we're going to take a listener's wish. So if anyone comments on these podcasts, we take one listener's wish and we all manifest for that one wish to come true. I wish for you all collectively to be able to focus on making that dream life for yourself. And that will help make the world a better place. When you focus on you, when you focus on perfecting you and your life and what you want, you in turn make this planet a better place to be for everybody. Because if you're happy, everybody's happy. Now, let's go manifest our dreams with our life under the moon.